Welcome to Chemical Wisdom. So today we are going to be looking at the first type of the intermolecular forces, the van der Waals forces. We'll be dealing with hydrogen bonding today. So hydrogen bonding is that weak force of attraction that occurs between molecules containing hydrogen and highly electronegative elements such as fluorine, oxygen, or nitrogen. So the first example we'll be looking at here is hydrogen fluoride. If we look at this, the structure of hydrogen fluoride, we have hydrogen, the hydrogen atom and the fluorine atom. So what happens here is that in the stability of atoms, we say that electronegative elements are, they have a high tendency of accepting electrons. So when in this structure now, the fluorine being highly electronegative will pull this shared pair of electrons. This is a shared pair of electrons. It will start drawing the shared pair of electrons towards its nucleus. What does that mean? That makes the fluorine to become slightly negative. And that makes the hydrogen to become slightly positive. What does that mean? This becomes a dipole now. It has a positive end and a negative end. The fluorine pulling the shared pair of electrons towards its nucleus then becomes slightly negative, and the hydrogen becomes slightly positive. So what happens is that when you have many hydrogen fluoride molecules lying side by side or being close to each other, you have the slightly positive end and the slightly negative end of the fluorine, the slightly positive end of the hydrogen, and the slightly negative end of the fluorine, the slightly positive end of the hydrogen. So in this case, this slightly negative end gets attracted to a slightly positive end. There's a force of attraction between the slightly negative end and the slightly positive end. There's a force of attraction between the negative end and the positive end. This weak force of attraction is what we call hydrogen bond. It's what we call hydrogen bond. So it's the weak force of attraction between one pole, one slightly charged pole of a hydrogen molecule, of hydrogen containing molecule, and the other opposite charged pole in the next molecule. For example, now we have this hydrogen fluoride, the slightly negative end and the slightly positive end of the hydrogen in the next molecule. So there's a weak force of attraction between this negative end and this positive end. That weak force of attraction is what is called hydrogen bonding. Let me show another example. Let's look at hydrogen bond in water. This is the structure of oxygen and the two hydrogen atoms in water. So in this case now, just like the hydrogen fluoride, oxygen is highly electronegative. So it pulls this shared pair of electrons towards its nucleus and becomes slightly negative. Making the hydrogen atoms to become slightly positive. This one becomes slightly positive. So this becomes slightly positive, slightly negative. This becomes slightly positive. And the oxygen becomes slightly negative. And the hydrogen becomes slightly positive. So this is what happens. When the oxygen pulls the electrons towards itself, it becomes negative slightly, while making the hydrogen to become slightly positive. So when the molecules of water come close together like this, there's a weak force of attraction between this negative end of the oxygen and the positive end of the hydrogen. There's a force of attraction. This weak force of attraction is the hydrogen bond. That's the hydrogen bond. And this weak force of attraction between this other oxygen end and the hydrogen end. So that's how it keeps on going. It keeps on going. It keeps on going and keeps on going and going and going and going and going. So the hydrogen bond is just simply that weak force of attraction between molecules containing hydrogen and highly electronegative elements. So please, if you like this video, make sure to click on the like button, subscribe and share, and try drawing some other structures. Maybe you should draw the structure in the molecule containing hydrogen and nitrogen and post it to the email below in the description section to chemicalwisdom21@gmail.com. I will view the structures you have drawn and I'll send their corrections to make. I'll send the corrections into your email.